Hi, I'm State Senator Terry Bonoff talking to you from the Capitol. We only have 4 days left of this session. It is so hard to believe how fast it's gone by. This past week has been so incredibly intense. And you know, every session is like that, but I forget from one year to the next what that final week is like. And actually, every session really is different and has a story all of its own. And it's hard to describe what it's like in these final days. This week, we had a long all-night session, I believe it was Tuesday, with regard to should we allow child care workers, in-home daycare providers, as well as personal care attendants to form a union. And then we would, in fact, negotiate benefits as though they were state workers. So that bill has generated more emails and communications, other than, say, perhaps gay marriage and last year the stadium, of any other issue. And I will tell you that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds have written to me. And unlike some of the other issues where I say, wow, this is really divided, I will have to tell you it isn't divided. People are against this, people that I hear from in my community and from around the state. So I have voted no. I voted no in committee, and then during that 15-hour debate, I voted for almost every Republican amendment, as well as voted no on the final bill. But I do have to tell you the story of how this bill came to the floor, because I was involved in that. So I had voted no in Finance Committee, and it failed on a tie vote. And then we looked at, okay, now what's going to happen? And really, I had a great concern that because the majority of members of the whole Senate body did want that bill to be passed, it would ultimately have been put in a conference committee and not seen the light of day. And so I agreed to move it without recommendation so that we would, in fact, have a full debate and members would be accountable to their districts for their vote. So even though it was 15 hours and very tough to have that experience, I don't regret that, and I think that perhaps allowing the public and the members to have that long debate and listen to what people thought about it may actually end up changing the outcome. The House hasn't yet taken up the bill, and perhaps maybe at the end of the day they won't. But anyways, all I can do is make sure to express the views and the thoughts of my constituents with my voice. So today, the most exciting thing, and I know this is a long last video, but it's the last video perhaps that you'll get from me. Maybe I'll do a wrap-up next week. But today we passed our higher education bill off the floor, and so really I want to take the time to thank my staff, because I have the most amazing staff and the team of folks on the conference committee, you know, the governor, his strong support for higher education, the students from around the state. This effort was truly a united effort, and we made an all-time, you know, record investment in both students, their families, our higher ed institutions, and measures that would make sure that our investments held accountable measures so that our taxpayers can feel good about those investments. So that's all I'll say for now in the video. Do read the update, because there's a lot more in there, and we will finish next week with the final wrap. If I don't speak to you in the coming weeks because you're done communicating throughout session, I do want to end by thanking each and every one of you for tuning into these updates and sending me your thoughts, whether it be an email, phone, or letters.